Hi everybody, and welcome back to my channel. So I did a video, the last video I did on the subliminal messaging that white supremacy uses in order to continue to oppress and to continue to brainwash people into believing that they are somehow supreme or superior to other races. So we talked about the subliminal messaging and how that's used and why it's used. And so I referenced this video just talking about how Black children will perceive white people to be good. And the reason is the subliminal messaging and the other messaging. But I said that I would show this video, so I'm going to share this video with you guys. A lot of people have already seen this video, but for those who have not seen it, it's really sad. But I'm gonna play some of it, and then we'll chat. If it decides to play.
And which one is the white doll? Which doll is the pretty doll? Which doll is the nice doll? Which doll is the bad doll? Which doll is the nice doll?
So you see that these children are, I'm really sorry about that noise. I don't know why that noise was there. But if you guys can see, I don't want to enlarge the screen. But if you see that there's a black doll and then there's a white doll, and with the little girl, when she's asked which doll was the pretty doll, the light-skinned doll was the pretty doll. And when he asked which doll was the bad doll, it was the dark-skinned one. Now, what's important about this and what you guys need to understand is if that child knows that that black doll reflects herself, she knows that that's what she looks like. She's telling you that she's bad because she's brown. And you have to understand where they're getting this low self-esteem and low self-worth and white supremacist views for, because these are white supremacist views. This is saying the white one is better strictly only because of the color of their skin, because these dolls are not moving, they are not talking, they are not engaging in any behavior that you could qualify as bad or good.
Which doll is the bad doll?
Look how,
why is that doll pretty?
did you see how sad that little girl's face is when she says that that black doll is
the bad doll?
Look at those, look at the eyes.
Which doll is the nice doll? Which doll is the bad doll?
Look at this little girl when she says that one's bad. She is feeling, she looks like she's feeling like that's her. I'm the bad doll. She's owning that badness only because she's brown. Because she is brown, she is bad. And at such a young age. This is when they're programming your children at this very young age. Maybe she's 5, and if she already has such low self-esteem and low self-worth at 5, imagine her at 25 or 30. Imagine her as a cop, even if she's a police officer. And that's the sad thing, because you have black people looking at other black people as bad. They're bad automatically because they're black. And it's programming, it's subliminal messaging at its worst. That's what this is.
And why is that all pretty?
Because she's white and you have 2 eyes.
Which doll is the ugly doll?
Because he's white and they all have 2 eyes. So he thinks that doll is prettier because it's white, which means he thinks that he is uglier than all his other classmates that he sees that are white. They're automatically better than him at that young age. This is damaging. It's really bad. And if we as parents don't wake up, this is going to be the next generation of slaves, just the same as it is right now, because they're already programming. They already are training them. They're already showing them books and cartoons and these disgusting Disney movies where they're showing them that the white people are great and superior and beautiful. And it sickens me.
Why is that doll ugly?
Because he's black.
Which doll looks most like you?
Like me.
Yeah, which one looks like you?
And that one.
Okay.
Can you show me the doll that you like best or that you like to play with?
This one. I like that one.
And when people are giving their black children white baby dolls, this is why it is damaging. And people will say, oh, it's just a doll and they're just playing. No, you're telling your child what's important. When you give them this little white baby and they have brown skin, you're telling them that this white baby was prettier. That's why I chose it over a brown one. We have to start realizing what we're doing, noticing what our problems are, and fixing them. We cannot continue to sit there and deny, because it is not helping us. It doesn't help the next generation. It hasn't helped this generation that we're in. We're fighting the same old. This little girl should not believe that a white doll is prettier than she is. It just shouldn't be.
That one.
I like to play with this.
And can you show me the doll that is the nice doll?
Okay, I'm done watching that because it's sickening. It really is. But the reason why I showed you guys this is because let me find this share again. I'm trying to turn off this video and it's just playing.
Because it's black.
And why do you think that's a nice doll?
Because she's white.
What's going on? Now, this is the thing. We all know what history reflects. History does not reflect white people being nice, white people being good, white people being giving. It does not reflect that. And so we have to think, we have to sit down and we have to really think, how am I getting in my brain where I know, because everyone knows you're taught about slavery, and regardless of how they sugarcoat it, you know it exists, you know it was wrong. You know it was wrong, no matter how much they try to cut out of it and a lot of the savagery that they want to try to not teach you. You know that the little they do show you is wrong and it is bad. So how do we equate evil, bad behavior to good, pretty, superior? Okay? You have to think about that. Okay? Think about those two things. How did I get from here to this equation? Like how did I get to this? you have, it's psychological war. It is psychological war, and they're showing you in their magazines and in their TV productions, and you're constantly bombarded. And this is another reason why I stopped watching. I don't really watch that much TV now, but when BET was around, even when you watch BET, it's supposed to be black entertainment, but they're just showing you black people acting their stereotypical ways. And this is what black people need to realize. The way that you act, the behavior that you, the behavior that you, I'm sorry, my brain is just, but anyways, the way that you act, the way that the stereotypical ways, like when you want to wear baggy jeans or do all this stuff, these behaviors were assigned to you by white people. So I don't understand when black people think that that there's a certain way they need to speak and a certain way that they need to dress, because we as Americans, we need to write our own identity. We can write our own identity. We can talk however we want and dress however we want. Unless you came straight from Africa and you learned how the ways that Africans dressed and talked and stuff, then you're just taking on a behavior and an existence that was assigned to you by white supremacy. We need to realize that too. And then we need to start rewriting our own identities. Because I'm not going to have some white supremacist terrorists assigned to me how I should behave, how I should look, how I should talk. And this is what they do when they're writing parts for black people in videos. When they're allowing you to put out certain music, when they're allowing you to behave in certain ways, and it be okay. It's okay because it is showing you in a negative light, and that's what they want to write for us, and that's not us. So you have to wonder, okay, so when we're looking at black people, and like I said on the last video, and when you think about the fact that some black people voted for Donald Trump, it boggles the mind, and you're just like, okay, how is this possible? How did this person get so screwed up in the head? This is how they start attacking you from the moment that you were born, from the little books that your parents read you. If we are not cognitively aware of what's going on, then we're going to continuously repeat the same thing over and over and over. We need to be aware and alert and understand what we're up against. Because when I say we're at war, we're at war. And the thing is, this, if we don't understand who we're up against and the weapons that they have, and how they are continuously poisoning our mind, if we can look at little children at the age of 4 and 5 and they are already brainwashed, they are already white supremacists. Because I think, first I think when I say white supremacist, people think I'm saying a white person that's supreme. No, I mean a person that the mindset tells them the white is supreme. So these little kids are already white supremacists. Like, what are they going to be when they're adults? Unless there's some intervention, unless their parents just like say, oh God, this, they notice it, they recognize it, and then they start training them a different way. We can start doing this today. You can always teach your child. You can always bring your child books that shows black families in it, and let them watch cartoons. Right now, I mean, we have so much at the tip of our hands with the computer and Google and YouTube. You can find positive cartoons that have black people in them. It is very damaging. And this is what it does to these children. It makes them think in their head, their brain, their entire identity is bad because they're black, and you're giving them, you're allowing them to be shown that they're bad because they're black and that these white is good. I think and I've seen it so many times. I've seen like Africans, even Africans, that will come and I will see their little kid with a Frozen, you know, that Disney movie Frozen t-shirt on, or have a Frozen doll or a mask. That is damaging. You do not see white kids walking around with black people on their shirts, their little kids with black Barbie dolls. And no, they get white ones. All the cartoons are white for a reason. That's what we have to understand, that this stuff is done purposely, and we need to notice it and we need to see it. And the thing is, just being aware of it is powerful. Because if you know it and you see it, then they can't get you like that. You already know, and you can see, oh, okay, like look at all those white people are happy and the black person is sad. I can tell my son, you know what, that they're doing that on purpose. This is white supremacy at works, and I will tell him that. You can be as blunt, you can be that blunt with your children, because children are smart. They know, and they have to know that. And it's not saying, I'm not saying, look at this, white people are evil and they're, no, but this is white supremacy. This is showing you that white people, that these people believe white people are better because they don't have any black people on their advertisement. There's no reason for that. America is not just white. There's no white people that white people should not represent America. They shouldn't. Because I like, first of all, you can't be a criminal by stealing a country and killing people, and then make laws that, oh, well, stealing is illegal. Now that we've already, it's like, okay. And I know that was just like off topic. It really was. But it just, like, all these things are in my mind, and it just frustrates me because of the inequality, even with the laws and stuff. But the thing is, we really have to start being engaged in what our children see. And the reason why I'm saying we give them the knowledge and the ability to see what's going on, because then they're one step ahead. If you know what your enemy is going to do, then you can plan for it. And you know what's going to happen, and it doesn't catch you at a surprise, and you're not surprised that everything shows white people in a positive way and black people in a negative way. When you see that, you're not surprised, and you're not taking it in and owning it as yourself, because you already know what's going on. You know that it's false, that it's a false representation of white people and a false representation of black people. And you know that your skin being brown is beautiful, and you know that it is beneficial, and you know that there is no benefits other than social to being white. And that's it's when I saw those little girls' face, and when I saw that, it makes me want to cry, because she should not have low self-esteem. She should not have self-hate at that age. And she wouldn't if she wasn't constantly bombarded with messages telling her that she is ugly, and that she is angry, and that she is violent, and that she is unwanted. And those are the messages that are being sent to our children. And we really need to stop it, and we need to start protecting them and letting them know that they're beautiful. If you buy your black child or mixed child a white doll, that does not represent your child. It doesn't. And your child can't look at that and think, oh, I'm beautiful and this is my baby and my mom loves me. You're sending that child the messages, this is what I wished you looked like. This is what you would look like if you were good. This is pretty and you're not. Like, that's what you're sending them, regardless of what, if you want to convince yourself skin color is just color, then you're just being ignorant and you're just being stupid and you're damaging your child, because that is not the world that we live in. Though it would be great if people were not judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. But if we did that, white people would be in prison, because if we look at history and present, we see that they're terrorists, and the terrorism doesn't stop, and it's continued. And so we really treat people based on how they act rather than their skin color. That's, there would be a surplus of white people in prison or deported or something. But stop buying into the hype. Stop feeding your kids these spoonfuls of self-hate by giving them white dolls and white books to read and watching white cartoons and just being so immersed in white supremacy that they can't find themselves. They need to have an identity, and it's your job as a parent to help that child find its identity, his or her identity. And giving them a white doll to play with or watching these racist Disney movies is not helping your children. So if you watch this, you know what's going on. You know what subliminal messaging is. You know that they advertise stuff for a reason. And you have to know that this white supremacist regime is maintained by psychological warfare. And we need to realize that. And we need to protect the minds of our children as best we can. So thank you so much for watching this. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I will put the video, the link to the video in my description box. Hopefully I won't forget. I have a really bad memory, so if I do forget, someone can just comment and remind me, and then I will do that. Thank you so much, and have a good one.